There we go.
Hang on.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
We're back.
Yeah, we're a little bit low energy today. I feel like all of us have been kind of getting beat up a little bit.
Been a long week.
Yeah.
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 So
What happened?
the world.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
just get clobbered by the world.
The world. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, my dog did respond well to doggy puncture. And,
Really?
Did
yeah.
she sit calmly, like while needles are going in?
They showed me pictures. They asked me to leave the room.
Ooh, and she let you do that without freaking out?
Well, okay, so it turns out that, I think this is one of the reasons it works is the staff up there, at least the ones working on her, it's all female.
Okay.
And she does respond to women way better than she does guys for some reason. She likes you too.
Hmm.
And matter of fact, lately, I think
When I don't smell like beer, yeah. Just,
I don't even think that's it anymore. I think she's actually
Maybe.
just kind of warmed up to you since she's been on the treatments and stuff.
Yeah.
She's been a lot nicer to everyone, I gotta say. Um, so, so it is all women. They're all super kind to her. They're like buddies.
Okay.
And yeah, so they're showing me pictures. You know, she's just laying there, and she's got like 20 needles in her side, and
Wow.
yeah,
Jeez.
yeah,
Can't I can't imagine just being like, okay, now you just chill. I'm gonna keep poking these things.
shit, man. I
Keep
got
that leg still. Like,
dude, I got blood drawn 2 days ago, and I was ready to panic.
that don't phase me.
Yeah, I've had that
I
plenty
hate
of
it.
times.
I hate it. So I gotta get it done tomorrow too.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, yeah. I got the 7 o'clock appointment.
Brutal. Well, that's before you go to bed.
Yeah.
That's sort of it. Yeah, I'm gonna close out my work day, go to bed, yeah, do that, and then go to sleep.
Why are you getting blood drawn? Just regular routine or?
Oh, Patrick.
Oh, okay. Off-camera
got-
discussions.
Oh no, it's fine. It's you saw my numbers, yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the Frank Thomas commercial.
What is that?
The Frank Thomas, Doug Flutie. You haven't seen these?
Possibly.
The if you need a boost in your energy because you're getting old,
Yeah.
you got low T.
Oh, low T.
I got low T.
Oh, I got tested for that not too long ago. I think I was like just above where they tell me to go, like do something about it.
That's where I was when I got tested
Yeah.
like a year or two ago.
So y'all weren't in the red?
I was not in the red. No.
Because there's red on the back end, and then there's red on the front end.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's like a red too high.
Right.
Well, that's not a
That was Jeff
problem.
5 years ago.
They're like, no.
Yeah.
No.
When you wanted me to chase that dude down.
Dude, yeah, that's the thing, and it sucks because like my company switched to the shittiest insurance company
Oh, really?
on the planet. It's supposed to be easier, right? It's supposed to be way easier because it's quote unquote open network, right? So the way that this is supposed to work is there is no network.
Yeah, you go. It's like PPO, right?
You just go anywhere that you want.
Yeah.
And you know, that's supposed to be okay,
You
right?
still have to get approval.
Well, okay, so the thing is, if you're looking for actual like doctors around here, right? Number one, the message you're going to see all day long is not accepting patients at this time
Oh, for general practitioners?
for anything.
Oh.
It'll say if you're there, it'll usually have that. If you're lucky enough and it says there's an opening, it'll be like June.
Yeah.
So so what I do and what I've been doing for most of the things is just like fuck it, I just telehealth everything, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Problem is, if your shit like I was Anthem, no problem. They can find you in 2 seconds. You just go to the drop-down menu, right?
Yeah, that's what I
You
have.
never find the shit that I have in their menu. So you have to do it all via pay and then claim reimbursement.
Oh.
Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Now, again, if you go in person, like tomorrow, since I'm going to a special clinic, right?
Yeah, okay.
They have an opening at 7. I'm going. It says they're right on the card. It's just like, we'll pay for anything. Just, verify with this, right?
Oh, okay.
That's fine. But if you try and do anything online or just get general practice, it's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I love making those phone, because that's what I was like finding, places. I love just calling around. It's like, excuse me, ma'am, I have low testosterone. Can you help me?
What, me specifically? So, yeah. No,
Did you check the? Are you going to one of the actual places?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to like the clinic.
The low T clinic.
Yeah,
Or
that's
whatever.
Well, there's one they advertise on the radio all the time. I bet you that's it.
Am I going to a radio clinic? It's
It could be. I mean, is it like downtownish or like on
Nevada.
Yeah,
It's on Nevada. Yeah.
I think I went there.
Yeah, well, so the thing that gets on my nerves is, like I said, I just went to Quest Diagnostics, which is right there.
Yeah, it's right over there.
And they had my results in like 24 hours, right? But that's not enough. They have to also check a couple of other stuff. Like,
So they got to
know
do
what
their tests. Yeah,
It's like, no, you don't.
they do. They check a whole assortment of stuff.
Yeah, so I ran into that while I was going through some of the medical shit last year, and I actually found that staying within the same hospital network really helps. So I
Right.
switched all my shit over to UC Health last year
That's what I
because I was going to St. Francis for some stuff, and then they're like, "Oh, download our app." I was like, "Fuck off." So and then then I'd go to another place. They're like, "We don't have results." Well, I did it over there. Well, we can't see those. I was like, "God damn it."
I do. It's on PDF. Can I show you?
Well, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I did. Actually, I had to go up to the hospital up here and get them to get a disc of the fucking brain CT that I had to do.
Oh,
So, yeah. And that like I said, what do I need? And they were like, well, just show up here with your driver's license and we'll make it for you. And so that turned out to be a 5-minute process. But, I mean, I thought for sure they were like, well, nobody's going to know how to burn a CD. But then when I did the follow-up one, I was just like, hey, can I do it with CU system? They're like, yes. And I was like, great. And so now whenever I need like a new doctor or something like that, I go there and then I ask my GP to get me a referral and they call me. And so that works a lot better. And so once you've like established a relationship with the place, it's a lot easier to get in. So
no, that makes sense. And frankly, I want to do everything over there because it's
right there.
yeah, I don't know what's in there though. I thought that was a geriatric center.
It's everything.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
now?
they have
Okay.
they have a GP over there.
Nice.
It's on loan from Falcon.
Falcon.
Oh yeah, because ours is shut down.
Correct.
Yeah, they
So
had some
it's
sort
over
of
here.
like gas leak or something
Yeah.
in the building.
Yeah.
Now is the GP an actual MD, doctor?
Oh, are you gonna like get bad stuff from like a nurse practitioner?
That's what
Is
I
that the
get.
question?
No, I have a nurse practitioner. She's fantastic. So, and
You
she's
roll
one.
the
If I'm
dice on
fucking
those,
sick, no, she's great. She's great. I've been going to her for years. So and yes, I had to go through like 1 or 2 before I found this one.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if I get sick, I can call her, and she actually calls me back.
Right.
So, which
Right.
is nice. So, yeah, because it's hard to find an actual GP. So, it's like almost fucking impossible to find a pediatrician anymore, too, man. So,
Ours have been locked in for a while.
that's
so-
good. Yeah,
but it's all the way on Dublin.
that's where my doctor. I know where it is.
Union.
Yep.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not the same doctor. I'm telling you, there's like 5.
Yeah, it's weird, man. When it's odd to think about it because you go through the results, you look all this stuff, you look at all the different like networks and all this other stuff, and you're like, wow, this seems like it should be a shit ton of medical personnel. Turns out it's not.
There's not that many. Like when I had to try and find a cardiologist, it was a pain in the ass because there's like 5. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
that was the one. It was like, all right, we'll see you in October.
And one
And
of
I'm
them's
like, am I dying?
Yeah. One of them is like a specialist that has to come from Denver too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
That's when they said it was like, nope. If you start experiencing these symptoms, go to the hospital. And I was like, okay. So
I don't know what specialist I saw. I wasn't able to tell you.
oh, when you melted your brain, yeah. So
I don't know.
think you saw a neurologist, didn't you?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah. So
I don't know who all went through there.
yeah.
I know they took like a spinal tap and I didn't even feel it.
Nice.
And I don't even know if they gave me a sedative. Like,
I'm sure they did.
You wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I have no. All I remember is I spit on their chair.
Why?
I don't know. 'Cause
Oh,
my
okay.
mouth was so dry that I was like, yeah.
Did like cheese come out?
So I know I did that, and I know I was in the spot that they were telling me that was going to happen. But all I can remember was I don't remember getting pricked or anything. I just remember being like,
Oh, this was during the spinal tap.
yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Or while I was waiting for him to
oh.
do it or whatever. And I have no idea.
They did that to my wife when she was going through chemo. It was not fun.
It doesn't look fun.
Sounds awful. It was. So they wanted to see if it was fucking with her spinal fluid. So, yeah.
But it wasn't.
Yeah. It was good.
That's cool.
It was good. Yeah.
We take celebrations we can get around.
I
here,
know, man. Yeah, you
it's,
bank them when you got them.
Yeah. I've got weekly PT sessions with the dog, and
Oh, okay.
yeah.
For the hip, that's not the doggy puncture. That's something separate.
No, that's for the hip. Yeah. They have 3 things that they're going to be doing with her is the doggy puncture.
Mhm.
The of course you have to do these exercises around the house. That's how it goes. It's the same thing I know that your PT told you to do, but you're not.
I'm doing what they told me to do.
You're telling me that they didn't give you a black and white photocopied packet of like...
They did when I first got it, and when I was in that thing and was taking it off, and every single day I was doing my exercise like this. Yeah, no, I was doing all of that, man.
So yeah, I got my dog one of the make your dog make the invisible box or
What
whatever.
the fuck is up with the grain ratio on those copies, too, man? It's awful.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
I don't know why these are still off of fucking VHS.
It's like fucking pointillism.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I know. I know.
Because they don't copy the original.
Right.
Right.
They
It's
just
a
make
copy,
copies, and then when they get to the end of their copies, they copy that one.
The cop.
And
Yeah,
they've
you're
just
right.
been
that
doing
makes
it
sense.
over and over again, so it just degrades.
It's kind of like that the tribal files that we had going around at Baker. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Because when you go in there, you're like, well, for how much it costs, I kind of expect color. This shit should be laminated. Yeah, she responded well, and then they do this sonic therapy on there, and then next time around, they want to put her on the underwater treadmill.
Interesting.
I don't think she's gonna like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
They're
never
welcome
know.
to try. Well, this is the thing that I tried to explain with my dog. I'm like, look, she's a drama queen. She's gonna fight you on whatever you want her to do, but once you start doing it, she's gonna like it.
Yeah.
But act like she doesn't. I don't know what her deal is. She doesn't mind taking baths, but she has to fight me. Like, I have to pick her up and put her in. When she's there, it's like, oh, that's cool, no problem. Yeah, that's great.
Fine. You got me.
Dog hates water, but at the same time, when we took her up to the lakes,
Oh, yeah.
we were just hanging out. I let her wander around, and then she comes trudging across the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
Wow.
She swam. I forgot that we had taken her up there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And I was like, you're going to lose your dog, man. And you're like, nah, she'll be fine.
She knows.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he
you
is.
talk about miles of, like, wilderness, bears and shit.
It was,
Yeah, I don't have that faith. No.
it was the entire state of North Dakota. She would do that. So, I mean, yeah.
funny.
And I wondered where she went, and she just appeared from the middle of the lake.
Yeah, I remember that.
Dog that supposedly hates water, but it's fine. So yeah, we'll see if she can do that. But yeah, they kicked me out of the room.
Huh.
Yeah, because they said that everything they try to do, she's looking at me. So they said, you get out. They're like, you go over to the other side of the building where they have the good coffee machine. You go get their coffee, you bring it back, and if we need you, we'll get you. But, yeah.
Gotcha.
I guess that's it. I have to entrust my dog to other people.
with needles that are just...
That's crazy, man.
I just can't imagine a dog just being like, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you missed a spot.
God, my
like,
tubby cat would fight you so hard. She'd rip your face off.
She's the one that hates the vet, right?
Hates the vet.
Yeah.
She's got like 3 little spicy chilies on her file. So they do. They use these little stickers. So she's super spicy. So they gave us the gabapentin to give to her the night before. So we basically get the cat stoned. So yeah.
and it still didn't work.
Not the last time, yeah, because we didn't give him enough. And then, so took her into the vet. And my wife comes back, mad. I was like, "What's up?" I was like, "We got to go back." So it's like, but we gave the cat the thing. So it's like, apparently we need to give him more. So there we go.
Tradazone to do it.
I'm sure it would. Man.
Knocked out my dog.
I don't know, man. And like when she was a kitten, she was a sweetheart when we take her in. But then after she had that surgery, it's because she ate something. Everything she came back from that is just spicy as fuck. So the other one, like she'll hiss at you, but you can get her in and out of the cage without getting bit or scratched. You know, she just makes noise. So, but then when she's there at the vet, she's fine. Not the other cat. So I was looking for ways to murder the things in the room. So yeah.
That's wild.
Not run away, kill.
So check this out. So I was, telling William about all this other stuff. The sheer amount of pain that my dog was in and just kind of like stomached.
Yeah,
Right.
that's pretty amazing.
Well, so that's one of the reasons why needles are like, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's what, again, anything they've ever done with the dog, they're like, she feels no pain. But there is one thing she will not tolerate, and that is that little diamond-shaped thing they shove up the butt to get a stool sample.
Oh, really?
If you approach her with that,
She knows what that is.
like she's been got,
Yeah.
right? And she didn't like it. So when that thing starts coming around, she glues her butt to the wall. She's like, no.
Prison rules.
I'm not getting fragged.
Shower in a corner.
Yeah. She's like, this is not going to happen. That's the one thing she just can't tolerate. It's weird. Animals they're bizarre.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever had to have a cat get stool sampled.
You just bring it in?
No, I don't think I've ever had an instance where they asked me for one.
They haven't asked for Winnie's yet.
Oh, is that normal? But isn't that how they test for heartworms in a dog?
That's how they test for worms.
Oh, okay.
And it used to be, I'm pretty sure, like, back in the day, it used to be you'd get one with every
exam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a dog?
And I think that's one of the reasons why they started asking, like, can you just bring in a sample?
Like, yeah, my backyard's got plenty.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, come on over.
Tons on over. Yeah. How many you want?
What degree of freshness would you like?
Exactly. It's like you can see your history right here. So we got 3 weeks here. We got,
Yeah, this one's calcified.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, I take her to the park every day pretty much, and she gets rid of one movement over there almost every time, so it doesn't pile up in the yard nearly as bad.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
But I actually do pick up the poop when she poops over there. There's plenty of people that, like, even, like, they give you sacks and stuff,
Right.
and their dog will poop, like, on the path, and they just walk past.
Assholes.
You worthless pile of crap. Like, I get it if your dog goes way off to the edge of the thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right,
Yeah, poop in the field, whatever.
I ain't getting that one.
Field poop is field poop.
Right.
But
That's
when
animals
you're
go.
right
Yeah.
there, like, and you literally walk by.
No, look. So I mean, I got burned a couple of times because of the like. I came with one bag, I bagged it up, and then for whatever reason, she's like,
That's happened.
"You're not gonna believe it, bro. I got a second around."
Yeah.
Like, how's that possible? I feed you the exact same every single day. Have you been like,
yeah.
have you been rationing like a tenth of this every day to save for now? To do two, and they're like, I don't know what to do, guys. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take off my shirt, and sacrifice it.
That happened every once in a while.
If you're in the park, ain't nothing you can do. Especially if they have things to pick it up with, just pick it up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So.
That's messed up.
Yeah. It always hasn't been that. I remember growing up as kids. I mean, nobody picked up their dog shit in the park, so you always had to like scope the field before you went out there to go play something, man.
Well, there also weren't stands of bags.
That's true. Yeah,
Right. Like,
there weren't even trash cans in the park.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's why actually, not the one, not Otero, but the one a little bit further down used to be known as Dog Shit Park.
The one at Old Farm Park.
Yeah.
That's actually a really nice park now.
Yeah.
So
It is.
it's really nice.
It goes up to that hill. It's sweet, but it had a different name.
Dog shit park. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I can see that, man. There are a lot of fucking dogs in that neighborhood. So we got quite a few in our neighborhood. There's one asshole who does let his dog shit on your yard. So
Yours?
everybody's. So yeah.
While he's on the leash?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's kind of like weak, man. So yeah. So the guy kind of looks like a hobo though, so I don't think anybody's gonna look.
yeah, gonna
Yeah, exactly.
Excuse me, sir.
He might throw it at you.
Right.
Yeah. So
You mind picking it up with your dog? Yes, I certainly
yes,
do.
they certainly
I don't
do.
know. Some people with their grass, they get very,
Yeah.
very defensive about your dog doing anything.
Yeah. So, like, the old house that we had over there, where I was in hot competition with my neighbors for nicest yard award. So
I remember.
some of those guys probably would have shot your dog. Yeah, if you did that. So, I wasn't that bad, but I was the only guy in this competition who wasn't retired. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on the little neighborhood app thing, or there'd be like
The ring app.
people are just bitching that even your dog walks on their grass.
Oh,
It's
come
like,
on.
What
You
the
need a fucking
hell,
white people's
dude?
neighborhood, man. It's
Like, good lord. I'm sorry I don't train my dog to walk in the proper way down a sidewalk and not veer in any way. Like, so they're like, well, if you don't want it, buy an electrified fence or put up a fence or do. And I'm like,
is that even legal?
I don't know.
Ugh.
I guess we should buy a fence and electrify it and find out.
Or we could look it up.
One with the power of the Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the idea of like people coming by and they see you just hooking the car battery to it. Just like, excuse me, hey, man, what are you doing?
Jump in your car off your fence. Yeah.
That's a good point. No dinosaurs live in this neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. So,
People are defensive. Like, I
Of other
mean,
grass.
just, yeah. Wow, dude. Like,
dude, I let the neighborhood kids trample my grass to death. So it was like,
I obviously
whatever.
do,
Yeah.
too.
So they literally trampled it into like sticks. So yeah.
Oh, mine's the only house on the cul-de-sac that has like a full yard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody else has like these little postage stamp front yards. And mine's got the full, so like they can do cartwheels through it and all these
Oh,
things.
yeah.
So they always, like, even if I'm not home, they'll be like playing on my yard and all this
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
stuff.
mine's the only one on my cul-de-sac that's like that. It's dirt now, but when it was before, it was the only place with grass. So no, I guess my neighbors have a little bit too, but my neighbors are grouchy about it. So they'll bark at the kids. So I never did.
Do they have kids?
Yes, but they're older.
Okay.
But they're older. They're
So
in their
they're done with
yeah,
that.
they're in their teenage. I don't want to live with mom anymore phase, kind of thing. So yeah.
Copy that.
So
Yeah. No, that's wacky. I mean, I don't know. I guess if that's a big deal to the only thing I would be concerned about is, eventually you're gonna get a soccer ball through the window, but
my house has caught several baseballs over the years. I'm lucky that one hasn't been caught by a window, but I got a nice dinger on my garage door from one.
Did you?
And I don't give a fuck. So yeah. The kid's dad came over. He's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Woodward was like, "I don't care." So then he hit my truck and broke one of the. The kids hit my truck and broke one of the taillights out.
Oh.
And they were like, come over hat in hand, like fucking Sandlot kids. And they thought I was gonna just read them the riot act and I'm gonna call your parent, blah blah blah. I was like, don't worry about it. So it's $28, so I'll order a new one.
Actually, it's on the phone. It's already running.
Yeah, it's like it's fine. So it's like literally these two little clips come off, and you just put a new one on.
Like as long as you guys come tell me what happened, I'm all good.
Yeah.
If I have to find out later on, then the grilling comes out. And it's just like, why didn't you tell me? But most of the kids now, that if something happens, they just knock and just like, hey, we broke this. It's like, okay. Cool.
Because you can't be in that. Like, I can imagine that's some of the shit that would probably get your piss boiling is like sitting down and your rearview mirror is
It's just
It's like an eyeball.
Shoving it back in.
Right, yeah, shove it back in there. Yeah.
No, so a cracked a friend long time ago, he had like kind of like the blank fingertip. Because, there was a crack on the rear view side mirror, threw a football, and just came down and raked it, just sliced it clean off.
What, his fingertip? Oh, wow.
Because it hit that right part. Because
sharp.
it's just, it had the crack, so one was just slightly above the other.
Right.
Shit's just razor sharp. And you throw a football like you mean it, come down, it was just like, it was like clean.
Oh, damn.
It was a 1 minute black finger. He said that shit bled like nobody's business.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Oh my god.
And he was young when it happened too, so that's like triple kid panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die. You better elevate that, Johnny. Get it over
You
your
know what I'm
heart.
saying? Like that's the gauge of like how you can tell like you can convince yourself something doesn't hurt because it's not fatal or it's not going to be permanent or something like that. But if it's something that you think, like when people get their first kidney stone or something, we talked about this.
We did.
That feel like, what's wrong with me?
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
I've had a few of those. It's like, I think you're a gunner, Pat.
Every time I catch a cold, I'm like that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I don't care about physical injuries. That's fine. It's whatever. But when it comes to questions of germs, I have to talk myself off the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
But at first, it's always a
cyberchondria. Yes.
Yeah.
You're looking that up, and it's like, oh my god, that's that brain-eating amoeba.
Correct. Yeah.
It's 100% fatal.
I just saw brain-eating amoeba on one of the shows.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And
It's very rare.
Yep. They solved it with this. They had to cool her body down so that the amoeba would stop eating until they got this rare cure, and it's only like been treated 5 times.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. It's cool.
That's kind of like, the rare ones. I didn't know there was a brain-eating amoeba.
There is, and it's you get it when you swim in like pond water. So, it's not here in Colorado, but it's like anywhere in the South or back east and stuff.
Yeah, they're in Atlanta.
And so that's why they always warn people down there to boil water before you use a nasal rinse. So, because it actually attaches to your olfactory nerve, and then eventually it eats your way into your brain and you die.
Holy shit!
It's real. It's real, man. It is so fucking rare.
It is
So
really
yeah,
rare,
it's kind of like being attacked by a shark on land. So in theory, it can happen, but yeah, he's got to get you just the right time.
I know. Yeah, there's a very rare disorder where God, it has the word brew in it. It's the thing where your body actually starts fermenting alcohol.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
I
Yeah,
just saw that one on the show today.
Yeah.
see?
Because he drank so much alcohol that the yeast was stored in his intestines,
Yep.
and then his go-to was eating Twizzlers, and so he was just feeding it pure sugar, and he was like getting drunk throughout the day. Like,
Right.
And it turns out, because that was something that I saw the other day, is that some judges actually don't throw out the cases on that.
it's not very common.
Yeah, I
because
can't
there
see that
were like
being very
15
common.
confirmed cases. Well, okay, they suspect that actually it's a little bit more common than they think,
Oh, it's possible.
because it turns out that there is exactly one expert on this in the United States, and they found a lot more
Cases as they were starting to look through.
well, cases that all happen to be near the New Jersey area. So
Is that where he lives?
that's correct.
Got it. Okay, yeah,
I
this
can't
makes
see
sense.
him.
Yes.
Right. So the suspicion is, well, this probably happens a lot more in other places, but
Or he finds more of them in New Jersey because he doesn't want to fly this weekend.
well, they come to him, man.
Oh,
That's
okay.
just- that's how it goes.
Well, that'd be kind of like one of those things where I discovered a get out of jail free card, hire me as an expert, kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, because I've heard that too, and there was like all kinds of other things. Like the Army for years, there was an MRE where they'd serve a lemon poppy roll, and people would blame that on them actually testing positive. But it was like, okay, so maybe the one time that happened, there was 99 other times where guys were actually doing dope.
Right.
So,
And my understanding is that they can get you to test positive, but
I don't know how much of it you have to eat, or if you have to have the right body chemistry for that to actually have that
I
reaction.
think that probably has more.
Probably.
Because all the people that eat poppy seeds on a regular basis,
Oh God, yeah.
I feel like there would be warnings on the package, or
Right.
like, your local bagel store just wouldn't sell them because
Yeah.
You might test
You
positive.
might test
Right.
positive.
If you do drug tests, do not eat poppy seed.
Well, think about that for a second. Is like if you eat bagels, right? If you go buy a poppy seed bagel, right? You have no idea what's going on here. There's no disclaimer that this has, some kind of problem. You don't pass a piss test or
You're
whatever.
just like,
Then
what the hell?
you're owning that Einstein Brothers bagels.
Maybe.
But that's
If
what
you
I'm
can
saying.
put it together.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you could put it together, and if it actually costs you the job. See, the thing is, like eating a poppy seed bagel, you know what? You might test positive on it, but I guarantee you your result would be marginal. Like most of the drug tests that I saw over the years that were hot, they were hot. It was like you were absolutely stoned right now. So,
And if you took the test the next day, I'm sure it's clean.
yeah, I'm sure it'd be clean. So they just have you do a follow-up test.
Well, I know
So,
there are plenty of places that don't let you take a follow-up
that's
test.
true.
that's true too.
We worked at a place that was like,
There's no follow-up test if you test positive.
I don't know. I never tested positive.
Oh, see, when I used to have guys piss hot, then we'd have to wait like another 6 hours and test them again. So,
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. So, and they had to be under observation during that time because the nurse was like watching them to see if they were getting itchy. Yeah. So,
I mean, the one time that I got kind of greasy about it was, I remember I was at the gym when they called in my random. So I had just taken a shower. So I was totally fresh out of pee, like to the last drop. And then they call it, it's like, you have to go do this now, and you have to have it done in like X amount of hours.
yeah.
And I'm sitting there in the, I go over to the place, I'm like, guys, I just went. They're like, well, you have like 3 hours to build it up. You have to fill it this much. If you don't, you fail.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Just start drinking
Start
water.
drinking water.
But that's the
Start
thing.
pushing
is if you
fluid.
flush it, you can get in trouble for that
Oh,
too.
if it's too high water content.
Which is so stupid. It's
I guess I never ran into that problem.
It can happen.
I'm sure
Where
it can.
dilutes the sample so much that you can't
I
even.
think I've only been piss tested like 4 or 5 times in my life, though. So I haven't been piss tested for a job in 15 years. So, yeah.
I think if you were still operating forklifts,
Maybe.
they'd probably get you more.
At the university.
At the university, yeah.
He's like, oh, this car's parked in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
See ya.
Professors can do that, huh?
Exactly.
Only when you have tenure.
Right, exactly. Yeah, then you get to drive the K loader.
I'll tell you, the cool things I got is like, so I got a doctorate, I got a CDL, I got
Right, yeah. And I move pallets all day. So I get my summers off. Yeah, it's been a while. It didn't happen that much, but it happened a couple times on the railroad. It happened a lot more at the airport, where guys would piss hot. So it was just the clientele, man.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
so.
it was. So, and those guys were usually alcohol. So, they come in hungover, kind of thing. Railroad, that was meth. There was a lot of guys that.
That's,
It was meth country. So, yeah.
How long were the shifts?
At the airport or at the railroad?
Railroad. Did
Let's
they
see.
work like oil field kind of
No, it's not shifts, man. You work a call, or what's known as a turn, and so usually 12 hours, and then 8 hours rest, and then you'd have another 12 hours to go back. And so,
thing? Yeah.
So some of those guys, yeah, actually, I don't even know if they would test for things like Adderall, but back then, but I bet you they do now. So
well, I mean, as long as you have a script for it, I guess it's okay, but
I don't know. I have no idea what's on the controlled substances list anymore. So as far as those are concerned, involved.
Adderall helps people that need it.
Yeah, okay. Maybe if you have a prescription for it. So
It's there to actually fry the ADHD out of you. It's what
oh
it
yeah, we
does.
were talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it just overcooks the brain so it slows down. And then
It's like overclocking your computer. So,
no.
The opposite.
Overclocking your computer will make it run faster. This
Okay.
is basically like, I don't know, it's basically, going all the way up over the board so it resets to low.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you're at low and you want to be, up there,
This is your ticket, huh?
this is why you buy Adderall from a guy.
From a
instead
guy
of a
rather
doctor.
than
It's
yeah.
like college students do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually an Adderall shortage in this country.
Is that because they're not making enough, or that many people are taking it?
My understanding is the Adderall presses are going as going at full capacity,
Right.
but there's a huge demand for it. Same thing. They can't keep Ozempic in stock.
That was actually on the radio today.
What does Ozempic do?
Ozempic is
That's the weight loss drug.
it's a weight. Do you know anything about it?
No.
Okay, well, it was made for people with diabetes,
Right.
right? And so what it does is it curbs hunger. Right, that's all it is. It's a pretty severe appetite suppressant. So people can lose weight on it, but it's causing problems.
Yeah, it's got long-term effects, but there's a shortage of that too. That was on the radio today. The guy that usually does the afternoon show or the morning show when I'm driving down, he was advertising it. So somebody had paid him money, where he was like, can't find this drug right now. We got it over here, so normally they cost $1,200 a shot. We can get it to you for $350, kind of thing. And he
crap.
started listing them all. Yeah,
Sounds like
that's
it comes
fucking
out of the back of
expensive.
a trunk.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, wow, Tom, they paid you a lot of money, didn't they?
Wow.
So, yeah. So, but yeah, there's like I didn't dive into that too much, but I did see that there are some people that have some like severe reactions to it if they go off of it.
There's that. It's also, I mean, it's been shown, like in some people, the vast majority of people are okay. It ends up being something that they use temporarily.
But then you just get hungry again, right?
Once you come off it, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is, it ends up being something that it works. So this is why a whole bunch of like actresses and actors and stuff, they use it, is because you can lose 5 to 6 pounds in a week, using this, right? But it's not something that you're supposed to be on for like 30 days. And the thing is,
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I mean, if you're in that bad of a shape where you got to keep using it, you're that guy, right?
Right. If you actually like grow a new stomach after gastric bypass, yeah.
You've seen these people, yeah.
Chris Christie.
Right, right. Right.
It was like, did you have surgery? Yep, really.
I haven't seen him actually.
Oh god,
I
man.
hear
Fat as hell,
Is
dude.
Fat
he?
as hell.
Oh
He's
my
got
God.
that fat man butt going on,
He
you know,
does.
where it's like his belt is right below his nipples, and
Yeah.
it's just
Oh.
man, it just doesn't
Well,
look good.
okay, yeah, he's got it. So it would be right below his nipples on the backside, but then it curves under.
You're right,
Yeah,
Oh,
so
gotcha.
it's got the
Okay.
tilt.
Yeah, it's
Um,
almost like he's got a saddle.
It's unsightly, bro.
I didn't realize it was that bad until I saw him yelling at a guy at a baseball game and then turning around and people were like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
I didn't realize he's as short as he is too. So
He's a short
he's
fella,
not
too.
that tall, man.
Well,
So
I can't.
well, no, he's like our size, you know. So, but you expect people like Donald Trump's like 6'4" or whatever, you know.
I'm only 6 foot.
Yeah,
I'm not 6'4".
God damn, I'm short. Okay,
not
so
short.
no, I looked it up.
What?
I'm short.
By what? Like an inch? Like
Yeah,
isn't
so-
5'7" the average?
Yeah, I
No.
thought, what's the average?
I'm 5'7".
Okay.
So average is 5'9".
Yeah, okay.
So yes, I'm classified. I looked at the classification is actually below normal.
Well, yeah, that's because normal would be the mean. So you're not a standard deviation away from the mean. So
No.
you're fine. So yeah.
But actually, short is
5'4".
below 5'7".
Oh, okay.
So you're not short yet.
Yeah, 5'4". So anything below 5 foot is considered dwarf,
Right.
and then it's like 5'0" to 5'4", where it's called like
Short.
severely short.
It's just
And then there's-
short.
no, it's
Well, then it'd be 5'7" to like 5'10" would be normie. So
5'7" is short, 5'9" is normie.
okay, well I'm 5'8". Does that mean me short or normie?
It makes you taller than me.
Okay.
So
you're one observation
So
on the
whatever.
scale, man.
whatever I am, you're taller than that. So it's one short bigger than him.
Okay. I guess. Yeah, but I mean, like anybody over 6 foot is rare in the United States. So
I think so.
very much
Yeah.
so. Yeah. So I think like what is it? Anybody who's over 6 foot. So if you hit 6'1" or above, you're already in the top 10%, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah,
That wouldn't surprise me. I can't.
yeah.
Actually, well,
Unless you're from like Norway. So
yeah, but
then
that's
kinda
the thing.
normal.
But that's the thing is that they all count as American though.
Yeah, no. In
Yeah.
America, anybody over 6 foot. 6 foot is the upper edge of normal, from what I understood. So anything over that is fucking rare. So, and if you're like 6'6", that's really rare.
No,
So-
that's basketball rare.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but even that, well, I guess I have athletes, so I have a few of those. Yeah, they kind of self-select in. So, yeah.
See, so I'm just under that 6 foot.
You're not 6 foot even?
No, I'm like
Oh.
5'11" and a half.
Yeah.
So I just
Well, you know how to round.
that's why I just say 6
Oh.
foot.
It's 0.49, you go down. If it's 0.5, you go up.
I'm guessing eventually over time.
You're gonna be in the short club. Yeah, you're gonna come back to the short club, buddy.
That is one of those weird questions on the questionnaire they ask you about, like the symptoms you've been like noticing. And they're like, "Have you lost height?" Like, no.
That happens.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
My
It's
father-in-law used to be 6'4". I think he's down to 6 foot now.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is
So
it posture or is it?
it's bone
Oh
density.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of it. Part of it's bone density and part of it's posture. But his legs have gotten shorter, so it's not just posture. So,
I always try and catch myself and try and do the lean back.
I try to too, man. I gotta tell you, if you're in front of that laptop as much as I am in front of my computer, it's hard to remember to keep.
Well, mine's different. I do
Oh, you do it with the low rider.
Oh,
Yeah.
He does. He
My
does.
back should be exploding at this point. It should be just
He
self-destructing.
does.
I got a new computer chair, man. It's straight back. It's great. So
Mine does too, but I still just don't.
yeah.
Like, it's weird to just sit like that.
I can't reach the thing. You have. What are you talking about? I have an extendable like thing just so I can get to it.
Well, and I also make my type super small.
Oh, I can't do that.
So I lean back with super small type. Like the guys from work, when I went into the office, they're like, How are
I can't
how are
do
you
it.
even working on that?
That I do have jealousy.
Oh god, mine are so bad, man. I need them like it's not quite stop sign font yet, but it's getting there. So
Is your font big enough to like where if you go to some like forums online
fucked up.
where the yes and no are like behind the text?
Yeah, right, yeah. It's got split underline through it.
Yeah.
Okay, when you open a PDF,
Yeah.
what percentage do you have in
It's
it?
at 100, and I have to click.
It's not bad.
I have to click plussy. So
Oh, so you're zooming in
yeah,
to like 150.
I think yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
I'll be
yeah.
usually at 90%.
Oh, I can't do that. And like tiny icons, man, my fucking icons are the size of pogs now. So,
Pogs. Oh my god, I haven't heard of a pog in forever.
that's true. Yeah.
Wow, actually.
Poker
it's
chips.
been
There you go.
a
Yeah.
long
Bottle
time
caps.
since I've heard of
Bottle caps. Both.
No, I'm with you.
I only have 2 on my desktop though. So
2 icons?
yes,
Good lord.
internet and trash.
Wow.
That's all I need, man.
Where are all your files and stuff?
Well, they got the Explorer bar down there.
Yeah.
That's got the file folder.
It's got a
on it.
folder, yeah.
You just click on that, and it has my internet like the
So you don't even have like a
And-
folder on the desktop.
no.
No folders at all.
Mm-mm. So
I can't do that.
I like
Yeah.
it clean.
That
do
is
too,
extreme
but
clean.
I like it extreme clean.
Mine is not close
So-
to clean. Mine is...
Actually, you know what? I fucking lied. On my second monitor, there's like 4.
Yeah,
of them.
he does
Oh god,
that
no!
shit.
No, this is Liam. That makes my brain hurt.
No, it's
So, it's like having all your dishes out at the same time. It
is.
So you know.
I can't stand it. And he would do that shit at the on the Baker computers.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? You weren't even the worst perpetrator.
No. Because I knew other people were using it, so I'd at least try and tidy some of it up.
They didn't care.
But yeah, some of them, it would be like covered the whole...
Oh
It
god.
was
like overlapping
unacceptable.
folders.
Jesus.
No, that's intolerable. The other thing that's intolerable is having multiple tabs open. So,
Oh,
oh god.
I think I have 38 tabs open on my phone right now.
Christ. What is wrong with you?
That's so much noise.
Well, I might want to go back to one of them eventually.
just look it up.
It's just sitting there.
Faster than scrolling through them. God.
Like all
I had 70 open at
Oh
once.
my god, I can't do that.
you don't even have to like go through the menu to bookmark shit. You just hit the little star,
Yeah.
and it does
It
it.
does it for you.
And then you close it until you need it.
It's just sitting in reserve. That's good.
You are so lucky in some ways that your dog is not a menace because the sheer amount of food in arm's reach.
If I had to correct it, I would.
I know that you're capable of it. But yeah, if your dog
Ever decided to be
to
like,
break bad, yes, and you know, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna eat these muffins. Because you have it like basically on the edge of the counter.
sometimes, yeah.
That's unreal to me.
She's not gonna mess with it. She's good. If I had to, then I would have adjusted. I had to for Kizzo.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that's true. These two are of the same
Yeah.
family.
And Kizzo was tiny, but he'd still get up there.
Yes,
So-
he was determined. Yeah.
Yep. whatever color that food looked like to him, he was just like a homing beacon.
Yeah, because Elvis knew better. That's why we left all the fucking musubis on the table, and Elvis would never touch it.
What's
but
a
then
musubi?
It's something we get from L&H or L&L.
Oh, what is it?
so it's rice. It's wrapped in a layer of seaweed.
Okay.
And you can get there's a little bit of sauce, spam,
something.
egg.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Fantastic. Yeah, love them.
Sounds good.
But yeah, so I left them on that table there, and I knew Elvis would never touch, but Kizza was over, and so food was ransacked, and Elvis like got in on it, but he looked guilty. He was like,
"Oh God,
I wouldn't have done it, man."
But it's sitting here on the floor.
I had to
now.
get while the getting was good, man. Yeah. So,
but
Kizza was just like, "That's good."
But that being said, dogs are really good at talking each other into mischief. Perfectly well-behaved dogs can oftentimes get up to business because they have a friend that,
Yeah,
talks them
I'm
into
sure
no
if I
good.
had a tiny dog,
yeah,
the tiny dog would probably talk to Winnie and just be like,
right.
pretty tall. That stuff's delicious.
Like, he doesn't even close the lid on the trash can.
Oh yeah, no.
It's like,
Winnie never goes in
could
there.
you tip that over? That'd be pretty dope.
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And she's even watched me throw some of the food away in there, and I know she's being like, "What the hell, dude? Just
Perfectly good, yeah.
put it right here."
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I'm not gonna feed you a fork like just a mountain of food. It's not gonna happen."
Oh, man, I got the pet lecture, too. They were like, because actually her
feeding.
Well, it turns out her weight is good.
Yeah.
They wanted her, so they're the roll the set number is like, I don't know how they decided on it, but they're like, we want her at 50 pounds.
Okay.
Right? And so she's clocked in at like 51, 52, right before she was under, right? And they just do, it's the same thing like doctors used to do, that like when they'd ask you, it's like, do you smoke? Right? And you're like, yes. And you know what's coming.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Every
They're
time.
going to give you that talk. And the same thing is going on with, does she,
Get table scraps.
Yeah.
it's like, well, yeah. Like, how much does she get? So she gets a piece of everything that I get. It's like, it's only fair. It's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, because I'm the big dog.
Like, this is not how this works. You know?
And so if she's good and waits patiently, then I give her the last bit of what I have. So these guys, they have this vision in my head of like, Big Mac comes to table, knife goes straight through the center, half for me, half for her. So like, no, okay, it's not like that, because they're like, this, you love this dog, this is, she must be spoiled. I'm like, no, I'm not giving her, half a sandwich. I'm not giving her like half a Twinkie, or anything like this. It's like, no, there's a little bit.
Twinkie. She gets the second ding dong in the package.
I buy everything I buy is comes in two.
Yeah.
It's like one Twix for me, one Twix for you. Yeah. God, what's the other stuff? Yeah, that would mean I'd be giving her like one Snowball.
Reese's.
Oh God, I haven't had one of those in ages.
I'm not eating.
Fucking awful.
They're coconut, yeah.
No way
Yeah.
I'm eating a Snowball. Do they make it? I don't even know if I see them.
They're still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In all their carcinogenic glory.
Oh man, I haven't had a Twinkie in a long time. Those are still so delicious.
They're amazing. Yeah.
I always like that, or zingers, or ding dongs.
I don't even know if my kids have eaten a Twinkie.
Oh,
Well, I
It's
mean,
one of the
they're
other
in good shape
tweets.
and they breathe right, so I'm going to assume no. You're not our mother, where it's like, these Hostess fruit pies count as fruit.
I don't know.
There's a
William's
YouTube
lunch is
video.
pretty rough.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's he eat?
Well, he'll take a sandwich in, but then he packs a bag of chips, a bag of Cheetos, a bag of goldfish, and Gatorade.
That's
too bad.
not that far off from what we
Yeah,
have,
not-
but we'd have a piece of fruit in there.
Yeah, he used to take strawberries, but now he's like, yeah.
We would always get those little beef jerkies.
Oh yeah,
I loved those.
those are great.
Yeah.
Slim Jims. So
Slim Jims have fallen off.
have they? I haven't had one in ages.
You're better off, man.
Yeah.
I got one like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
That shit is just leather now.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I used to love those.
I did too.
My mom used to give me beef jerky too. It was like pepperoni sticks though, or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah,
Those two.
Those were good.
And like the flat ones,
Yeah.
Oh, the flat, yeah, Jack's Links kind of stuff. Yeah.
sort of, but they had
were
a different name.
individual
Yeah.
wraps.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
Yep. So I used to get
I
those.
loved that stuff.
So, yeah. Oh, that's not a bad lunch, man. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
So my daughter's 100% hot lunch. It
That's
has
how
been.
my daughter
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Especially
So-
middle school, like they get
It's fucking free.
yeah, and
Yeah.
there's all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
You can get pizza every single day.
Yeah, I bet you that's what my daughter does. So I've never offered that child pizza once and got turned down. So at least for the last like 5 years. So
At least you have a go-to. At least you're never gonna have a fight.
never gonna have a fight. Well, she's just a typical kid, man. If it's pizza, hamburger, hot dogs, chicken nuggets, whatever, she'll eat it anytime. So
Oh man, I'd eat pizza all day long, but I would not eat that Rudy Elementary pizza they served.
they
they're
only
better.
serve that once a week, man.
That shit that they made back in the day was rotten. That
It
was
was pretty rotten.
that
man.
was the
the square
roughest
shit. Yeah.
the roughest pizza I've ever come across.
The only thing that was worse was Chicken a la King Day, man.
Oh, I love that.
love
Oh,
the chicken.
God, I hated that.
I
Oh,
looked.
my God.
I looked in like the frozen aisle for chicken a la king, and they don't have it.
It's just chicken and
It's the
fucking noodles.
Easiest.
So,
No, there's no noodles in it. Not the school cafeteria stuff.
Oh, I thought it did have noodles in it.
No.
I might be mixing it up with Boy Scout noodles. So
That you most certainly are. The chicken a la king. Well, basically on this is basically like
Chicken and gravy.
chicken and gravy.
Yeah.
peas,
no noodles. Oh,
There
peas.
were peas. Yeah.
and you served it on mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
That shit was
that's
great.
not the one
I know the one that you know with noodles, and
It
I
was
like that
noodles.
one too.
Yeah, it was noodles. It was like chicken hamburger helper. So
Yeah, all it is basically it's like a little bit variation on like pot pie filling.
Yeah. I'm good with that.
But yeah, if they sold that in like cans, you know, that's you know. Have a nice
That's cranberry.
got that cat food feel to it. Yeah.
nice can of chicken a la king every morning.
Yeah,
Um,
and you just eat it like cold.
Oh,
With a spoon.
No, you're told the wrong guy. I'm the guy that likes the warm drinks. I'm the guy that likes
And then the
the
warm
cold
the
ravioli.
cold raviolis.
I love cold.
Yeah.
That is so gross.
That meat didn't need to be cooked.
Oh.
It was already cooked.
It is already
That's
cooked,
fine,
man.
but-
Man, that's like
Oh.
eating a whole ball of snot.
Yeah, ain't no way.
Uh,
Oh,
Oh, I love that. Then that spaghetti in the cold cans, fantastic. It's so mushy. It's so
Chef Boy at Beefaroni. Yeah.
beefaroni. I'll eat cold all day long. I'll eat it hot too. Don't get me wrong, but
Man, I haven't had SpaghettiOs in like 10 years, man.
oh, my daughter's on a SpaghettiOs fix.
Is she?
Yeah, she's.
I used to love
And
SpaghettiOs.
I'm like, do you want it with
Love
hot
SpaghettiOs.
dogs or meatballs? She's like, no, just SpaghettiOs. Like, yeah, like all right.
all three
So be it.
options are great.
I used to eat them with Ritz. So,
I can see it. I never tried it.
pretty good.
I guess the secret that I never came across was we always had tomato soup in the house.
Yeah.
And when somebody introduced me, it's like, why don't you make a grilled cheese and then put
Oh,
it in
yeah.
the soup? It blew my mind.
That's the best thing.
I'll put it in chicken noodle soup.
Oh, it's great. in
Sure,
tomato soup.
yeah, that
that's
too,
fine. Yeah, no, tomato soup and grilled cheese is a special magic
It's-
combo.
it's-
Especially if you're sick. So, if you're sick, that is amazing. So,
Yeah, I get you there, but I go for the chicken noodle when I'm sick. That was
I eat chicken noodle soup quite often. So, when I'm sick, it's like, I don't know. If I have it, I'll make it. But, it's
One-
just ways, like, I don't, like, I make my chicken noodle soup. So,
oh
yeah.
oh,
Gotcha.
okay. All right. You're not going to the fucking
Mrs.
I am
Grass or
Campbell.
Lipton or I cannot stand Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
It's so salty. I love it.
Delightful.
And he nailed it, man. I'm sorry, dude. That one hit the sodium scale for me, man. I know you're into that, but I mean that thing is like you gotta scrape the salt off the top of the can to get to the soup. So yeah.
There is. I mean, well, you don't have to scrape it. You just have to break it.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's
You
just like,
pound it in the can.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well,
I never liked their chicken noodle soup, man.
the weird heresy that I saw was like if you read the back of the label, it says take the soup, put it in your container, fill can with
Oh,
water,
yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
put it in there, right?
Yeah.
And that seemed,
There's no way. There's
That's
already so
heresy.
much fluid already. In
I know, and you got to salt that shit when you cook it too.
it. Yeah.
God, no. Oh man, this making me thirsty thinking about it.
Well, you do remember I was the person that got like heart arrhythmia from homemade beef jerky.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, right. I remember that you did get
Yeah.
arrhythmia out of that. Well, at least you know where your ceiling is, man.
I hit the top limit. I did. That was rock bottom. Like I know now. Like I'll make better beef jerky in the future, but that I just can't. I can't throw it out either.
No, well, because you still used like flank steak for it or something. What kind of steak did you make that out of?
That one actually, I
London
did it on a
broil?
roast.
At a roast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I just tried that because it was like pound for pound. You got a ton of it back
You do,
then.
yeah.
But this was either COVID or close to it, like pre-COVID. Like when
I remember
meat,
when you made that.
yeah,
That was a long time before that, I thought.
I think so because at that time, meat was not as pricey as it is right now.
It's not cheap right now.
Meat is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
I just choose whatever's on Safeway sale.
I know, but a lot of times even that's kind of expensive.
It's not too bad. Usually.
It depends on what you're getting. So like I got a pot roast like maybe 2 weeks ago, and it was a couple more dollars than I'm used to paying for it, but so hamburger's not that much more expensive. So I mean at least it doesn't feel that much more expensive. But like steak, because we used to do sirloin, that's expensive.
That I and my kid he only eats steak. Pretty much, so
Oh my god.
I just wait till it's on sale and then I buy the max limit and then throw it in the freezer and
Yeah, see, and that's what I always do. I go meat runs and just get a whole shitload of meat at once at Costco. And so, but I think the last time we got the pack of sirloins. So because I've tried all their different meats there. So, and like I don't know, man.
Is there anything there that's whack?
I personally, I've never gotten a good batch of New York strips out of them. So, but that's a fatty piece of meat anyway.
No, it isn't.
The ones that I keep getting over there are so they're just
Ribeyes are well. New York strip, it's fatty on the strip.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but even that, it's like kind of fatty in between too and stuff like that. And so I just
Are you
don't.
getting bone in?
No, they're not T-bones. So
Well, no, you can get bone in strips too.
no, they're not bone in. So no,
Dude, New York strip is like the leanest.
not the ones that I get then apparently. So I get sirloins. Sirloins are way leaner than those. So yeah, yeah.
I get everything. So
Yeah.
whatever goes on sale is the kind of steak and then I just salt
Yeah,
it
I'm
like
not
crazy.
a fan of New York strips. So.
And it works for William, so
That's wacky.
I don't know, man. I mean, every New York strip that I've gotten there, and we went through 2 packs of them, and they're like $20 more than the pack of sirloins. So they were fatty as fuck. So kind of like that.
ribeyes are definitely
Yeah,
fatty.
ribeyes are
I
fatty.
hate ribeye.
I'll eat those all day.
I do. I
I'll
do
eat
not.
those. I'll eat strips. I'll eat.
I do not like any gristle on my meat anywhere. So I do not. I do not like that. So,
Those are the flavor packs.
huh?
Those are the flavor packs.
Well, you use salt to flavor it, man. So
Well, I'm
Well,
using that too.
And fat and the bone.
no, I don't do any of that.
I mean-
Like bone marrow, I can't stand it. So,
Oh, I don't know.
so
Yeah,
grizzly.
the bone marrow thing I couldn't do.
It's
I
so
had that in Vegas and they just gave you a bone with the bone. Oh my god, that's so bad.
It's fine. I don't appreciate it. Like if you like bone marrow, you will like it, right? That's your thing, right? I'm okay with it. But I'm going to tell you, my dog likes it 10 times more than I do.
yeah, I'll bet. Yeah.
Yeah, Winnie would have gone to town on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, as far as that flavor goes, no, I mean, if you cook with the bone in, I mean, that's the thing. You're going to get a lot of juice and you're going to get a lot of flavor out of it, and you don't have to eat it. You just have to carve it off. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
I prefer sirloins, so
that's fine.
they're easy to cook. So
Look,
and
the
I
other
don't have
one-
to sit there and saw fat off them.
That would be prime rib.
Okay, I don't eat that either. So I've gotten fooled by prime rib a couple times, man. It's just like this is a chew toy.
And if you see anybody over 65 eating a prime rib, they're going to cut around all that fat.
Yep.
Then they're going to eat the fat.
Yes.
Eat it with it. That's okay.
I like to mix it
You can mix it
with
up.
bites. Yeah.
There's flavor in it, but I would never save all the fat for last.
Livy loves the fat.
Look, that's my favorite part of the bacon. Is that greasy floppy part that doesn't actually feel like meat.
I like crispy bacon.
I usually
I like crispy bacon. So I always bake my bacon, so it's nice and crispy, but not burnt.
You can burn the shit out of it too. I'm actually like it that
I
way
don't
too.
like
But
that. It's too much carbon, man. It tastes like a fucking carbureting battery. Like
it's the same amount of carbon. There's just less water in it.
yeah. So it's like more per square inch.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
it makes the salt denser.
That's I don't like it. Yes. So I don't eat as much salt as you do, Jeff. So
Few people do.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like I have a salt tolerance. Like I'll like Lay's potato chips. I can only eat a couple of them, like maybe a handful or two before I'm like, no, I'm good. So my wife will just sit there and munch them down. So same thing, like peanuts. I've been on a peanut kick lately, so I get the unsalted one. So I don't. Like
Oh man,
I don't like the
I,
salted peanuts.
I
man.
like them both. I
Yeah.
like salted. I like
So-
unsalted, and I eat the shells. So
I did not get the ones with the shells. I just got a big jar of them.
I
So-
tried that.
Shells are great.
It's
Oh, you mean eat the shells?
yeah.
Dude, I never had a worse poop in my life the day after that. I
What are you
don't know
talking about?
I don't know, man. It was like it just shot right through me. Yeah.
you want to talk about getting your fiber in? Like the last time I did that, fucking
Yeah.
like a muffler came out. Like, it'll do you right. It'll do your insides.
I don't need that. Like, no, I didn't need that kind of like scrub brushing.
It is. I mean, yeah, that's you don't do this all the time.
No.
Oh, you have that yeast problem where you're brewing your own alcohol. You just eat some peanuts with shells.
Dude, I get
Scrape the yeast off.
I get
Yeah,
way
no
more
kidding.
fiber than any of the rest of you guys here too, and that's part of it.
I don't do that much fiber. So
I have to.
yeah,
it's,
no, my wife's the same way. She's got to do it regularly. If I do it, it's like, okay, see you guys in a week.
well, because I gotta tell you, like the one thing that you can't do if you're going to run or lift weights is have slippery.
Oh, loose, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can't do that.
I'm pretty regular, so I'm all good.
This is weird.
This is
This is
weird.
so practical. This
Yeah.
discussion that we're having here. Is
Talk about
like-
something
Yeah.
stupid.
And the stupid discussion I got into today was we were talking about like money, right? We were
Okay.
talking about like finances and women and that kind of stuff. And I brought up the
On Twitter.
no, this was I was talking to Marina about this.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, I can't believe you're saying this, right? Because like I was talking about the that sort of Asian tradition where the woman, you give her the money, she gives you some money back,
Oh, yeah.
right? And she's like, and you would be okay with this. I was like, it really depends. She's like, why? I'm like, well, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. She's
Uh-huh.
like, what does that mean? Like, well, I buy stupid things,
Okay.
right? I buy stupid things. And if the girl that I'm with, if this is my wife or my girlfriend, if she's aware that I buy stupid things,
Right.
and she's smart enough to say, like, hey, just like I'm going to lean on you to move this couch,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to manage the finances because you're dumb, right? And it,
Yeah, so if you put that spin on it at the end there, that's just great.
well, and this was the thing was, I was being honest. I was like, well, if I have cash in my pocket, I'm going to spend it on like Twizzlers and like
Right, yeah, because you're still 8.
sometimes like if I have cash, like I want candy, and she's just like, "Do you know how you sound?" She's like, "Is this your mother? Are you begging your mother for a weekly allowance?" And that evidently to Russians, that is like this thing that
You're
I'm
no
describing.
longer a man.
Yeah, she was like calling me out, and I guess that's what I'll put to you. Like, would either of you have any problems like just being like, "Hey, you handle the finances better"?
No.
I know. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Now, in your defense, I have known guys who lived that way and were just fine with them. Okay. It was like, here's my beer money. I'll be back.
Yes.
Kind of
Yes.
thing. And then, you come back a little bit later and it's like, oh, guess what, honey? You can retire today. Yay! So I'm sorry. I needed a little bit better idea of what's going on. So,
I run the money show, so no.
yeah, I run the money show too. So, but that's by mutual decision. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because my wife and I, we combined our finances right away. In fact, we combined our finances before we got
I think
married.
you did. Yeah.
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 So, yeah, I paid off her car. So, at that time.
Well, that was nice of you.
Well, it just made sense because we weren't going to have that much income, so we didn't want an extra, I think your car payment was only like $70.
Dude,
At the time. I know,
come on, man. You
So-
can't. This is fucking.
25 years ago.
Yeah, this is Michael Douglas in the convenience store in Fallington, and it's
There's a
don't.
pipe in it.
Yeah, you don't do that to
Right.
yourself. It's too painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wonder how much a can of Coke actually does cost if you just buy a can of Coke. Is it 50 cents?
Probably like 75. It might be $1 now.
Might be $1.
You know what? I can. Let me say this. I haven't been to a vending machine that actually sold cans.
Oh, that's true. Ages and ages.
I can't even remember
Yeah.
the last time I got a can of something from a vending machine. It's all those
Yeah,
bottles,
Yeah.
and that's like $2.
Yeah.
So I did see a joke.
What? What is this? He's
Because we were
like
talking about
looking.
so Bidenomics.
Yeah,
So it
yeah.
was just like, okay, before Biden took office, he's like, well, it costs $33 to fill your tank with gas, so you only have $33 worth of value in there. It's like, now under me, when you fill your car up with gas, you got $74 worth in there.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah.
You said like I got a joke, and you started like shifting your eyes. I was like, "What is Will gonna say? What?"
Yeah.
what
You
I
need to
was
turn
like,
off the mic.
I don't
Yeah.
ever have those kind of jokes.
I do.
I do.
I hear it from great sources. You want the best fruit, you go right to the tree.
No, I got you, man. That's this was. It was just funny, yeah, because she's just like, wait, if you make the money, it's like if she's not working, you're still okay giving her the money. I'm like, yeah, absolutely,
No.
I'd have to.
No. Not a chance.
I don't know if I had like multiple kids and she was in charge of the whole household budget. That'd be
Exactly,
fine.
yes.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. It was like, give me my beer money. So
That's
yeah,
it. And I was joking. I was like, no, that's just how it goes. She's like, she's going to give you this much money at the beginning of the week, and it's up to you. If you want to say, she gives you $100,
yeah.
and you decide that you want to go to the strip club on Monday, then that means you have to pack your lunch on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
You got a bum a ride. So,
That's how it goes. No, the
to be fair, I think my dad did that with my mom. So
mom was in charge of the finances here.
I don't know if my mom was necessarily in charge of all the finances because my dad bought enough stupid shit over the years. So that, yeah. My parents were not very well off. My dad always had
I
like a
don't
can.
buy stupid stuff, so
Neither of you guys.
No.
No. You guys
so
don't.
that's
I
why.
bought some stupid things, but it's been a while. So
Unless it's for the kids, I don't spend money.
I don't spend money on my kids.
What would she want? I mean, that's the thing. She's
So like
still-
anything that she wants is pretty cheap anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, yeah, I mean, we went through the phase where we would buy like new toys and new Legos and all that stuff. She built them once and never touched them again. In fact, half of them are still built, and her room's like basically a museum of built Legos. And it's like, do you want any more? She's like, no, I'm good. He's like, what do you want? She's like,
Has she asked for like a
I'd like some
computer?
play.
Oh,
So, and I was like, okay. So, yeah, she did ask for a computer. I was like, do you want my old one? She was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, there you go.
Problem solved.
Yeah,
All right.
that was easy.
I gave the old one to William, and he's like,
This is a piece of
sucks.
shit.
Well, they want it for different purposes, I presume. Yes.
I don't know.
My daughter doesn't game.
Okay,
That could be it,
yeah.
So
Yeah.
she plays Minecraft and she does it on her phone. So yeah, I tried to get her to do it and she hates controllers. So yep. So
Wow.
yeah. So like on the computer she doesn't know. Yeah, I had to show her like just very basic stuff on the computer. You know, like okay, if this is how you shut it down properly. You know, kind of
What?
thing. Yeah,
They don't teach you that in school?
No, man, they all use Chromebooks. You just pop it open and there you go.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
you know.
Yeah, they do use Chromebooks.
So she didn't know anything about any of the settings in there and stuff like that. She didn't know anything about Windows because they do everything on basically a remote
Because
or
they're all apps.
virtual desktop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Chromebooks are like a giant phone.
It is. It's a giant phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. But no, I mean, so that was an easy thing. She's never wanted a bike. She doesn't know how to ride a bike. So she probably won't until she gets married. So
Why would that?
I don't know. I would think that'd be something
Married.
like if you got married, you'd be like, let's go for a bike ride. I never taught. My daddy never taught me. He'd be like, oh, I'll teach you. So, you know, kind of thing. He
That
scores
is
some
one of
easy
those
points there.
romantic-
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
but
if you need to wait till marriage.
I was gonna say
It's
that's
fine,
that's
but
actually
whatever.
a date right there.
Yeah.
it might be a good date. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but
You know, since she's not going to want to learn how to drive, or will she?
she is determined to learn how to drive
Oh.
as soon as fucking possible.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
That's different than most
Yeah.
of the generation now.
She wants to be the person who drives her friends around. So, yes.
Oh, you know what? Okay,
Bravo.
I think your daughter's not too far off from wanting like makeup for Christmas.
I don't know about that.
No?
No. She's just now kind of getting to the point in time where she occasionally likes to wear nice things.
Okay.
So, but other than that, she's very much like her mother. She would go full emo on me if I didn't pick on her relentlessly about it. So,
Really?
Like black eyeliner.
oh
and shit?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So yeah,
She'd be like Wednesday.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
So, but maybe
Adams?
not too.
Huh?
Wednesday Adams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had the Netflix show, so I'm assuming she might watch that.
Yeah, but you know, she's not into like the murdery parts and stuff.
Oh, okay,
you know,
okay.
so you know, but
I don't know. That's my understanding is a lot of girls like right around that age that becomes like the thing that they really want for.
she's not really impressed with boys yet. So
I think that's kind of also like a girl's thing too. Like
Kind
the
of.
girls like to do that. They like to share that, and they like to.
yeah,
Swap.
but it depends on where they are. See, Catherine, she's got a large circle of friends. So, you know, and like it's not like, well, one of them's into this, and so all the other ones jump on that.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
not quite sure if that's really how that's going. So
Cliquishness is different than it used to be.
it's not what it used to be. It
Yeah.
is completely different. Yeah.
It is.
So,
It is just not. Like the boys are not all wearing poser pants one day.
they all wear sports gear. That's
Yeah.
that's all they wear.
Yeah.
So they all wear their teams. They're wearing, you know, jeans and t-shirts. So there's like, I mean, you can take any set of clothes off one boy and put it on another and be like, that's
Right.
normal.
Right.
So yeah.
You know what's weird?
Huh.
Okay, so I try and buy William pants,
Mm-hmm.
and if you go to like Walmart, Target, whatever, for his age still, most of the pants don't have zippers unless you
What?
get jeans.
Why?
I don't know.
Were they just drawstring?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, see that kind of makes sense, man. Like when I go pick my daughter up and look at the kids coming out of the barfing out of the school,
Yeah.
you know, and the bell rings. I mean, all the boys, they're all wearing some kind of athletic gear. All of them.
And I was just like,
So they wear that more than wear jeans.
he wants to
So-
wear comfy pants, but he's like, but I want a zipper. I'm like, oh yeah, that shouldn't be hard.
But
And
they
it's
don't
just like,
they don't sell poser pants with
Should be
zippers.
able to find cargo pants that would have the
but
zipper.
then it's not really comfortable.
No,
I mean, he still wears them and stuff because that's what he wears, like camo pants and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
okay.
stuff, right.
Yeah.
They look good on them.
But like regular, just comfy kind of pants, they're like, no zipper.
It's just straight up like trousers, basically like Dockers for boys.
I was just like, this is weird. Why the hell? I don't get it. But
No, it's like cliquishness is it's just not as it just doesn't. I'm not like trying to advocate for this. I'm not sitting here saying like, boy, I miss the days when everybody had to get Jordans or like you remember those corny ass Reebok
They
pumps?
still buy those. They
You
still
know,
buy the shoes.
They still buy the shoes,
Still
but
buy
it's
the
it's
shoes.
not a hard rush on it. It's not like a
No.
William has not shown any fad interest
right,
of anything like that. So
and that's probably better. I
I'm
think.
guessing maybe more in high school it might start.
My
Maybe.
daughter's getting into like metal T-shirts and stuff. So
All right,
like bands and things.
like classic ones or like
Yeah, a little bit of
you're
everything.
walking around like wearing Def Leppard shit and
She's got one or two of those.
Wow, really?
Or no, I think they're lep. I think she's got lep. She's got that. She's got some hair mesh. She's got a
poison.
She's definitely got a poison one.
Yeah,
Wow.
She's got some Van Halen shirts. So
there
yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, no, we had people in our middle school and high school that would wear like the Doors shirts.
They
and
would.
stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that. They're
I don't
going
even
back.
know if William would know those bands.
He don't
at
give a
all.
fuck.
No.
That does not seem to be on his radar whatsoever.
No.
But for those people that were in that crowd, I was there. I was with them. Yes, you'd be wearing vintage bands, like I said, like
Or the
Doors,
tie dye.
Pink
Pink Floyd,
Floyd shit.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Yeah, was big.
He wears anime.
Jimi
stuff.
Hendrix. You'd see a guy with the Hendrix shirts. You know,
Oh, that shirt.
They're one shirt.
That shirt, yeah. Yeah, that was normal. And there were a couple of people that had like the Rolling Stones lips and things like that.
Oh right, yeah.
I knew there was a kid that was always wearing Aerosmith stuff. Aerosmith sucks.
They do suck.
I hate
Don't
Aerosmith
fight
so
me.
much. No, I've made my point.
Hit you with
before.
my weak arm.
I've never heard a band that anytime you listen to their songs, you've heard it 4 times over.
Yes.
It is so repetitive.
Yeah, but there's kids who do still wear those. So and there's like I know it's just kids wearing Nirvana shirts.
Yes,
So and that's
Yeah.
kind of weird. I'm like,
Patrick, it's funny because they made that almost that exact joke in the movie Clueless.
oh really?
Yes, he specifically in the beginning of the movie, right? There's that kind of like stoner guy, right? He's the dude that spits the gum in the air and catches in the mouth, and all the girls go gross. And he's the one. He says he's like, I wonder if my kids will feel the same way about Nine Inch Nails that I do about the Beatles.
Okay, the answer is yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Yeah, so I see that. So
That's exactly it.
yeah, and then there's a lot of people who wear like franchise shirts, So
Oh, like
yeah.
Coca-Cola and
No, like movie franchises.
Oh,
So they
oh.
they got the Ghostbusters shirt,
Oh,
they got Jurassic
Avengers.
Park or Avengers, the Captain America shirt. You always find one kid who's got a Captain America shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that shit was unheard of when we were kids.
Oh yeah,
You did
absolutely.
not wear
Yeah.
comic book shit back in
Uh-uh.
the day.
It was hard to. You had to buy it at the comic store.
You had to go to the comic
You
store to
did,
find it.
and the really cool stuff you couldn't get at the comic store. You'd have to go to, you'd have to go to the big places. You'd have to go to like, shit. I remember finding like good stuff in New York. The second time I went, yeah, you just couldn't find it, and you just didn't because.
I wore a wool shirt that
No.
I got from the comic store.
No, I got that would have been what, like 96?
Yeah, 95, 96.
95, 96.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's weird. It's very weird. But yeah.
I don't think I've ever owned a movie shirt
I don't know if you have.
that had a movie character or anything on it. Like I don't think I ever have. Just want to lose
I
it.
don't think so.
I don't think that
Well, I've kind of turned that corner too, and I think more of my shirts are going to be like this that have a pocket.
Right, yeah, so you can stick your phone in there.
Well,
Dude, I want my button-up shirts. My phone is in my pocket
That is
all
a
day
tiny
long, man.
pocket.
Yeah, that's
No,
small.
I kind of they don't make dad pockets the same way on t-shirts that they used to.
Yeah, they don't. I used to have some of those. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I did
know.
not like pockets on my shirt.
on your shirts,
well, that's because dads needed a place to put their cigarettes
or your glasses.
or your glasses.
Or your glasses, yeah.
Yes.
It's my reading glasses. Or you get the chain.
The chain.
The
Oh. Oh man, was it okay? So yeah, it was the chain, and then like that
I don't know.
rubber band thing that would go around the
That's
back.
for sports, kids.
The ones that split in half.
I
think those are.
I have a
What's the
friend.
split
He's
in half?
yeah. So it's one that they
It's like a
unclip.
magnet or something there, and
Yeah.
you pop them apart, and you can just like
You
lower
just
it that way.
hold them down like this.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So like
it's-
the bridge comes apart, and so you pull them apart, and then they hang like.
Or you
like
can just
this.
put it back together down here.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it's cool.
They're-
What the
pretty
hell
cool.
are you talking? Is it?
It's bad.
Do they still have?
Yeah, they
Yep,
still
yep,
it's
yep,
still
they still
a
have
thing.
the
It's just
arms.
that bridge can pop apart,
And then they're attached by a chain, so in the back.
Yeah,
So almost like sunglasses, where people have the lanyard behind it.
But why wouldn't you just take them?
I don't know.
'cause it looks way cooler to
Okay,
just pop it.
okay,
Like
okay, all right.
I don't know.
No, I
like
can't
cool little
picture it because
gimmicky things.
yeah, I know it's so childish. It's just sad. It is, but I totally understand.
Yeah, no,
I'm
one of my
sold.
colleagues says that. One of the guys that was in my PhD
Wow.
program, he's actually got the Nez Pence. So the Morpheus glasses, those are his reading glasses.
How do those stay on?
They just pinch
Pinch
your
on your
nose,
nose.
and you're reading like this, where you're looking down your nose, and so they're perfect. And then he just takes those and he puts them in his shirt pocket.
I'm sorry, man. That's why they sell cigarettes in soft and hard packs, and you want the soft pack for the upfront here.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah, I used to buy soft pack all the time.
hard packs are for the pocket, but
Hard
the soft
packs are
pack
for the pocket,
are
but
for the delivery pocket,
if
but
I had
soft
them in my
packs go-
vest, it was
yeah.
in the
soft
soft
packs
pack.
go up top.
I don't even think you can get them in soft pack anymore.
Patrick, I don't know where cigarette technology is.
I don't know either.
I
man.
feel like this is one of
So,
those things
yeah.
that might have just left me by.
Yeah.
I think that's fine.
I'm cool with it. I mean, I kind of have to be
Yeah.
across that bridge, but there's I miss things about it.
I miss cigars. I used to have a cigar every night.
Cigars were cool too.
Cigars were cool. Black and milds. I used to get those. So
Pat,
what?
those are black people cigars.
My dad used to smoke them. Fuck off. You get the vanilla ones, man.
No. Swisher Sweets were
I didn't like the Swisher Sweets.
those were black people cigars.
Oh, come on. They all liked the black and milds.
They did too,
Yeah.
but
So
Swisher Sweets were not for.
I had Swisher Sweets.
They're okay.
They're fine. So
I never got into cigars.
oh
Yeah, again, it's if you missed out on it, I don't blame you. It's okay. I mean, the only things that were intolerable were straight up dog rockets. Those were
what's a dog rocket?
the longer the classic cigars, but the ones that weren't good. Basically, if you got the big one from like a gas station,
Oh, I never did. Okay.
those were
yeah.
dog rockets.
No, I don't think I ever did that. Whenever I had a huge cigar, it usually came from somebody who knew what they were talking about. So,
Right, those are different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they came in metal tubes.
Yes. No, it's cool. This is
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
over and done with.
Yeah.
I know.
So, yeah.
It's those days are behind us.
Mhm.
It goes in the past with cigars, cigarettes, eating a whole can of frosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even eat a whole can of frosting. That's a lot.
Well, you tried.
I'll eat frosting, but I haven't tried a whole can.
How much Duncan Hines could you put
Oh
away?
Jesus! I'd have like 2 tablespoons, so then I'd be done.
Like with
my
nothing else
teeth
to
would
dip
fall
in
off.
it or anything.
Or just take a spoon.
I could go through several spoons.
Could you make it halfway?
I probably could. Like if I was watching a football game and I just had it sitting there and I could just like do one every now and then.
Because you got to remember, I mean, that can, it's really not that much bigger than like an Oikos like yogurt.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, if I got to just chill with it, yeah, I could probably go through a
chill
can
with it.
during a game.
Oh, there's no way, man. My teeth would hurt so fucking bad.
I mean,
Like, I don't want to challenge you.
I still eat the Nerds clusters and all
I
that
still
stuff.
eat
So
well, I don't eat the clusters, but I have been known to murder off an entire mini box of Nerds,
Nerds are
fairly
fantastic.
quickly.
They're my favorite candy.
Okay, how many, over the course of a football game, how many McNuggets could you eat?
An entire football game?
Yeah.
I could do it 20. I could do it 20.
40? 50? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's 3 hours. That's a long time.
That's also a lot of McNuggets.
That's a lot of nuggies.
That's a long time. That's
I like the, I'm going to be honest, I love McNuggies, but it's a tough call.
I mean, I don't want to.
No,
But I could.
Well, no, this is, keep in mind, this all goes under the same, tense of if you ever want your car back, you have to eat these McNuggies or, whatever.
Oh yeah, I could do 50 easy. In 3 hours?
50 easy.
In 3 hours, yeah. With barbecue sauce? Yeah, no problem.
I couldn't do that. Yeah, I guess you get my car. So it's all right. It's insured. Just I'll report it stolen tomorrow. So. It's like, dude, where's my car? I don't know.
No, it's funny. You brought up the Bidenomics thing. There was this big argument about there were people. So right now, well, I don't know if you know about this, but the game industry is actually imploding before our eyes. Right? I don't know if you've been reading about this, but okay. So
Nope.
essentially, the current price point and staff and cost is completely untenable right now. Right? So for big companies that are putting out games, this basically like $60 to $65 price point, just if you don't sell like a ton of copies, you can go under in one game,
Yeah.
right?
It's been heading that way for years, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there have been mass layoffs in the past 3 months. And so there was this question. It was like, well, so how much did games actually cost back in the day, right?
Quite a bit more.
Well, okay, so this is
Well, I don't know. Like, it'd be different because you'd buy fewer of them. So before the Steam store, you get like 2 or 3 big titles a year. So because you had to save up for them and
You
stuff
mean like
that.
back in the day, like
So
Nintendo?
This is
days?
basically like 85 to like 95.
They were 40.
They were 45, 50
$50?
bucks back then.
Well,
Yeah.
see, and that was the thing is they said, all right, so what did $45 mean back then?
A lot.
A lot more.
And that was the question is like, is there, because they said like it's faulty, and this is what I can't understand. They said it's faulty to use the inflation calculator to put that against those prices, and I couldn't understand why.
So the reason why you wouldn't do that is because your selection offering way back in 85 is much less than what it is now.
Okay.
So the deflation in price in video games has nothing to do with the larger economy because, if you take a look at people spending money on education, on entertainment, that's been pretty stable.
Like as a percentage of their income? Okay.
Yeah, since like the fucking 60s. So,
Okay,
because before you'd spend it on movies, and then you spend it on, like LPs and tapes and VHSs and then video games and stuff like that. Entertainment's always been pretty steady because it's what's the term?
Necessary for survival.
No, it's something where
yeah.
if you can only afford so much, you will find something that will fit your budget. So does that
so
make
it scales.
sense?
It scales.
Well, yeah, but if you like say,
your budget.
like I make $100 a month, I'm always going to spend $10 on entertainment. If a video game costs me $12, then I'll go buy 2 movies for $5. So I'm still going to spend that $10 on entertainment. I'll just find some other form of entertainment to spend it on.
Oh,
Because there's so many things that out there that I can do. So
okay.
it's not like gas is
Yeah.
gas. You buy gas because
You have to.
right. You can't stuff newspaper in your gas tank. And so I think the games, like I mean, we talked about this before. Yeah, matches, just grind them up. So, but we talked about this with games for a while. Is like there's so many. There were a bunch of large titles, and then the EA period, and then the breakout periods after that with Rockstar and stuff like that, where they would come out with the AAA style game every couple of years. So now that's gone out to like 8 years. The reason why it goes out to 8 years between these games is because there's so many other titles that they have to compete with, so that they really have to put all their eggs in one basket. But then again, I mean, nobody plays the same common titles anymore. So,
well, they do.
I suppose, but
like you can look at the numbers. I mean, you can see that people do play the same titles.
Yeah, but I mean, if you were to take like person A's basket of 5 games they're going to buy that year, it's not going to look like person B's. There might be 1 or 2 titles in there that are common. Okay, but it's not like it was 10 years ago where everybody got fucking Red Dead, everybody got Halo 3. So, I don't think it's going to work out like that.
But if you roll it back to like 87, that it would be even less common because we're basically covering each other's bases, right? Where it's like, well, if you buy Tecmo Super Bowl, I don't have to. I'm going to borrow it from Patrick.
Well, that all depended on who had the platform. You didn't have the platform base. You didn't have the install base back then either. So,
well, you had to choose carefully.
Exactly.
Because that way you can actually swap between people.
Yeah, but then at the same point in time, that means that they're going to be able to charge a hell of a lot more for a game back then. So if you take that as a percentage of how much people actually spend on a game nowadays, it makes sense that games are substantially cheaper than they used to be. So because you have a lot more competition, you have a lot more selection, you have a lot different install bases, but you also have common platforms like Steam that allow you to get whatever the fuck you want. So the price point, the $60 or $70 price point, is absolutely unsustainable. And so, and you see this with like big games, like they like Paradox is coming out with the next EU4, so it's EU5. I saw this; it's gonna be like $140 fucking dollars. So people will pay it. Okay, I won't pay it. You won't pay it. You won't pay it. But there's going to be enough guys out there who will absolutely pay that because they love that fucking game. And so that's where your AAA titles are going to go. So like the next GTA, I'd be surprised if it's less than $100. So
well, because evidently it's one of two things. It's either basically charge more upfront,
yep,
right, or they have to basically rape you over time.
Right, the City Skylines model, yes. So
well, yeah,
once
basically
they fix their shit. So
it's microtransactions where it's like
sure, or DLC or like creator packs or whatever. So there's a lot of that, man. But then like I'm not really sad by that many people getting laid off in the games industry. I don't think there's a fucking industry out there that's going to be like clobbered harder by AI than this one.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
I was reading this paper the other day about this open world generator.
Yes.
That was fascinating. They were like, yeah, we can basically build a Red Dead with a couple of lines of text.
Tell the machine to do this.
Right.
It will do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here, let me write the backstory.
And it doesn't need you to
machine. So
it doesn't need you to have like an indoor adult playground and fucking cereal wall to motivate these people to work.
Or millions of dollars of voice talent. So it doesn't need that anymore.
That shit is...
That's dead. If you want to be a voice actor, you're fucked. You are fucked. You better be famous from something else. So, but the days of the guy who's like Arthur Morgan going to E3 are over.
We could pick this up. There's a lot of stuff here. So
well, same thing if you're an animator. If you're an animator, you're fucked. So yeah.
Well, you know what? In some ways, I don't mind because the absolute state of so the studios that actually know how to animate, God bless them, they're going to be fine. But
yeah, and everybody will just emulate their shit. So,
correct,
Yeah.
and that's fine. That's actually going to raise the bar
Yeah.
because there are so many animators out there that I feel like they haven't evolved from Flash. It looks.
You're right.
And dude, and I'm sorry, just from an aesthetic standpoint, I am such an asshole about this stuff. It's like, if you're gonna do it like you care. I know it's a question of money, but you know, just also a lot of that is artistic direction and just this. If it's just gonna be a lazy dog shit production, right? Do something else.
Do something else.
Either do it like you mean it, or don't do it at all.
I think there's quite a few projects that are in the pipeline right now that we will never see. So they're just not going to be able to make it. So, because the whole games industry in the next 3 to 5 years is going to get Robloxed. Everybody and their dog's going to be able to make a game. You're going to sell 5 of them to 5 people that you all know by last name. So, yeah.
Well, I saw something just as compelling that said that the thing that is actually torching gaming right now and is ruining it is actually streaming.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely ruining it.
Yeah. So
Because you don't even have to play the game anymore.
Well, that's part of it.
no, it's just people aren't buying games; they're just watching other people play them.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Well, there's a second piece to that too. Is the people that basically stream this, if it's something that has like strategies, right? It basically people have optimal builds and setups on day one.
Yep.
And it is chasing off the people that are there to have fun, right? And that's the thing is, and I've gone through, I played fighting games for 20 years, right? All the hardcore people come in there and say like, this is my list of demands that I as a hardcore player demand. I want these kind of execution barriers. I want this. I want this. I want these kind of links. The further you get with that, the less people play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And unless you get regular people to play the game, they don't make any more.
No, they don't make any money either.
Correct.
So, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not really optimistic about the future of multiplayer gaming. So
That's what they're saying is
that's
ruined.
It's been pretty ruined by streaming. So yeah,
Because my understanding now is either you are that 1% of people who's really good at Fortnite, or you don't
watch
play.
other people who play it
Yeah.
if you're interested in it.
Or you don't play.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they make their money by people playing,
A lot of people.
Yes.
So
not people watching because they can't play because it's too hard.
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's fucked.
we can delve into this another time.
All right.
All right.
I'm Pat.
I'm Will.
I'm Jeffrey.
I'm hitting the button.
Yes.